Sheriff Todd Baxter, employees of the Monroe County Sheriff's Office. District Attorney Sandra Doorley, employees of the Monroe County District Attorney's Office. Paul C. Metzger, James C. Jr., Penn Court. Alex Renzi, New York State Supreme Court. My name is Chris Chichester. I live in Rochester, New York. I've been an innocent man in jail at Monroe County Jail, Rochester, New York, and Livingston County Jail in Genesee, New York 6 times. 6 times prosecuted in talk court. I'm convicted on paper by lies. Who is it? Who's the prosecutor assigned to my insane court appearances before John P. Lomenzo Jr. in Penn Court, Paul C. Metzger in Penn Court, and Alex Renzi in New York State Supreme Court? You, employees of the District Attorney's Office, Perry Duckles, Elizabeth Buckley, Mark Monahan, and Michelle Crowley now. You, employees of the Public Defender's Office, that are the Public Defender Julie Sianka and Assistant Public Defender Mark Phillips now. Who is it? This has arrived repeatedly. Registered mail return receipt, UPS, FedEx. What's arrived repeatedly? This document right here. This is the Freedom of Information Law, dated this March 31st, 2024. Tell me who it is. It is insane for a defendant in a courtroom, the name of a prosecutor. Insane. Freedom of Information Law. Documentation of the case, Christopher Chichester for John P. Lomenzo Jr. in Penn Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. This is the payroll for the District Attorney's Office, and the freaking sociopath is right here. Who is it? Is this Julie Hahn, or is this not Julie Hahn? Is this a female? I look right at her for these insane concoctions of harassment second, where I'm charged with harassment second, sitting in the back seat of $79,000 Andrew Real's Monroe County Sheriff's Office vehicle after I'm attacked by a violent freak called Jermaine Bettman at the gym. And criminal attempt second for telling a man on his tractor nobody owns the land next to my residence and walk back to my residence. So who is it? Julie Hahn was on Monroe County Court with 17% of the vote, where 83% of the citizens rejected her, and she's in judgment of others and accused murderers like Kelvin Vickers. So is this Julie Hahn or not? Before John P. Lomenzo Jr., who released accused child predator Daniel Laus III. So, Freedom of Information Law. On this March 31st, documentation of the case of Christopher Chichester, Paul C. Metzger, Penn Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. The freaking sociopath boy is right here. I know he looks like in his three-piece suit. And this freaking sociopath, I'm told by Regina Harper, quote, the prosecutor's not backing down. Rambo here is not backing down, is in total silence. What's his name? Freedom of Information Law, dated this March 31st, 2024. One of the freaks and sociopaths elevated me, the exalted one, $210,000 Alex Renzi in New York State Supreme Court, and just like Julie Hahn, rejected by the overwhelming majority of the voters, because Alex Renzi is in there since 2009 with 25% of the vote. So who elevated me to the exalted one, Alex Renzi, when 75% of the franchise reject Alex Renzi? It's the prosecutor assigned to Alex Renzi, that's it. So, District Attorney Sandra Doorley. It's the payroll for the District Attorney's Office. Who is it? The freaking sociopath's right here. You, Perry Duckles, Mark Monahan, Elizabeth Buckley, Michelle Crowley, Julie Sianka, Mark Phillips, all know. And you're sending my mail back to me at the Public Defender's Office, and the Sheriff's Office is doing this to me too. So I just sent you an email on my mail.com account to the employees of the District Attorney's Office. Just this last one. The defective documents in the case of Dan Laus III, Penn Court for John P. Lomenzo Jr. Send it to me, Paul C. Metzger and James C. Jr. Penn Court. I just sent you on March 29th to the employees of the District Attorney's Office. Again, I'll mention your names. Perry Duckles, Mark Monahan, Elizabeth Buckley, Michelle Crowley. This document right here, where the language that I just read about the procedures of silence for John P. Lomenzo Jr. Penn Court, Paul C. Metzger Penn Court, and Alex Renzi, New York State Supreme Court, right here on this March 29th. So, tell me who it is, and you're going to continue to refuse to tell me who it is. On that March 29th, in the mail.com that I sent to you employees at the District Attorney's Office, Public Defender's Office, and the 4 Sheriff's Office employees are copied on here. This is it right here. This is attached to the PDF. The email I sent to you, the District Attorney's Office, on this March 29th. Perry Duckles, Monroe County District Attorney's Office, 47 South 5th Street, Rochester, New York, 14604. Elizabeth Buckley, Monmouth County District Attorney's Office, 47 South Fifth Street, Rochester, New York, 14614. Attached to 3 Freedom of Information Law documents with this language dated March 29, 2024. Quote, documentation for the case of Christopher Rochester, John P. Lorenzo Jr. Penn Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. Bullet point 2, quote, the documentation for the case of Christopher Rochester, Paul C. Lesser, Penn Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. Bullet point 3, quote, documentation for the case of Christopher Rochester, House Renzi, in New York State Supreme Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley, end quote. Mailing names of these psychopaths, freaks, and degenerates to my address listed below, the address on file. I've been to jail 6 times, Monmouth County Jail, Rochester, New York, and Livingston County Jail, Genesee, New York. 6 times, prosecutor did not talk court. Is that the way it works for you at your little repulsive shack? Total silence convicts me of lies. 5 criminal complaints are attached in PDF for these freaks. Michael Wheeler in the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, 7594 Richard Seaton in the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, Antonio Spano of Webster, New York, Laura Riley, Webster, New York, Layla Kumar Shah, Nara Shah, Penfield, New York. I'll send this mail.com email PDF attachments to District Attorney Sandra Doorley, the registered mail return receipt, your $210,000 hospital case, read the language, refuse to comply with the law. I will be in jail for 7 times. For 7 times, psychopath assistant district attorney at district attorney's office won't utter 1 word in court before a corrupt judge. For the 7th time, a ludicrous concoction will convict me of nothing. Christopher Rochester, 130 North Ritton Road, Box 10651, Rochester, New York. This is copied to via email. Lisa Gray, the Monmouth County District Attorney's Office. Michelle Crowley, Monmouth County District Attorney's Office. Mark Bonham, Monmouth County District Attorney's Office. Julie Siaka, Public Defender. Mark Phillips, Assistant Public Defender. Paul C. Metzer, Penfield County Court. James Conley Jr., Penfield County Court. Scott Alberti, Monmouth County Sheriff's Office. William Tadeo, Monmouth County Sheriff's Office. William Tadeo and Scott Alberti, does it matter that Richard J. Seaman stalked me into the Penfield Public Library, ran at me, slammed his arm to the side of my head? I fell backwards. My head hit the ceramic tile floor, and the answer from Scott Alberti and William Tadeo is no, because the blue wall of silence from William Tadeo, Scott Alberti, and Todd Baxter will send a man on his tractor, nobody owns the land next to my reds, and walk back into my reds, when in fact that's true, that there is no land ownership. I'm violently attacked and assaulted by Richard J. Seaton, the Monmouth County Sheriff's Office. He hasn't been arrested. He hasn't been fired. Since he hasn't been arrested, he won't be prosecuted. Since he's not going to be prosecuted, he's not going to be in jail. This is a violent sociopath that's going to attack other innocent citizens. You understand the double standard of justice here, you employees of the district attorney's office and public defender's office? I'm going to say this again for you. I'm in jail for telling a man on his tractor nobody owns the land next to my residence where I live at 26 Sanders Farm Drive and walk back on my rents. I'm in jail for being violently attacked by Jermaine Benman in the gym while I'm charged with arrest for second in the backseat of the vehicle. I'm in jail for these 2 insane concoctions. Richard J. Seaman violently attacks and assaults me where my head slams down on a ceramic tile of Penfield Public Library, and he hasn't been arrested. He hasn't been fired. Since he hasn't been arrested, he won't be prosecuted. Since he hasn't been prosecuted, he won't be jailed. Doesn't matter to you freaks. So, this is coming. Again, criminal complaints repeatedly in the office, July 22nd, 2023. Todd Baxter, Sheriff Sandra Doorley, District Attorney. Todd Baxter, Sheriff, 130 South Plymouth Avenue, Rochester, 14604. Sandra Doorley, District Attorney, 47 South Fifth Street, Rochester, New York, 14604. Attached to 4 criminal complaints with this language. 1, that Richard J. Seaton, Monmouth County Sheriff's Office, walked into the Penfield Public Library in Penfield, New York, ran into Christopher Rochester, slammed his head into the arm of Rochester, causing him to fall backwards and hit his head on the ceramic tile floor. 2, Nara Shah, Layla Kumar Shah, 2033 Penfield, New York, 14526, false report of the incident of Christopher Rochester, formerly 26 Sanders Farm Drive, was walked to a park lot next to his residence. 3, Antonio Spano, Fairport, New York, locked the front and back doors of the residence, 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, New York, without a court order. 4, Laura Riley, Webster, New York, transported the personal belongings of Christopher Rochester, 26 Sanders Farm Drive in Penfield, New York, to a storage locker in Webster, New York, without a court order. These are crimes. Each individual will not be arrested or prosecuted. There is a 1-day in jail served for these crimes to destroy my life because you are incapable of identifying a crime and concoct crimes for innocent citizens. You hate human condition. Then with these 4 criminal complaints here, I'm talking about them on these 2 YouTube links. Rejection 113.918 periodicals 112.508.75 Mark Monahan. YouTube unconstitutional. Sheriff Todd Baxter, District Attorney Sandra Doorley, Alex Renzi. I call it unconstitutional because I believe it's unconstitutional for Paul C. Messer to be in Penfield Town Court when the district attorney's office is not present to make an argument I committed a crime. I meet my public defender 5 minutes before I'm going to declare guilty by Paul C. Metzer, and this is right after Seaman attacks me at the library. You public defender, Julie Siaka. No, I'm supposed to be in Penfield Town Court, but I don't. Well, my public defender said to me, if I'm attacked by Seaman, I'm your public defender. I said, get the hell away from me. So, I'm not just saying that Richard J. Seaman attacked me, assaulted me. Wish he should be in Attica State Prison when he's fucked in the ass by a convicted murderer. This is me right here. I'm going to expand my language on this and talk more about him attacking me. Right here. The criminal complaint for Richard J. Seaman. Well, I'm swearing he attacked me on this July 21st before I sent it to you on the 22nd. This is the criminal complaint right here. For these two mother and son freaks at 2033 Penfield Road. This is because of Shannon Meyer, the sheriff's office, writing an arrest warrant for a parking lot I've walked through 4,000 times. Which means Todd Baxter, the sheriff of Monroe County, because of his employee Shannon Meyer, thinks I'm New York's 4,000 time criminal. And I don't have any 14th Amendment right to equal protection laws because Penfield High School students walk through that parking lot and they're not arrested. Mayor shot Layla Kumar shot 2033 Penfield Road, false report an incident of Christopher Chichester, formerly 26 Sandstorm drivers, walked through a parking lot next to his residence. I'll say this again. 4,000 times I've walked through this parking lot. The arrest warrant for me is Todd Baxter's confession that he believes I'm New York's 4,000 time criminal. This bald-headed freaking stooge doesn't know if he's a Democrat or Republican. He's just saying anything. He's obsessed with power. It's a crime in the state of New York for a landlord to lock a tenant without a court order, even when the tenant doesn't have a lease. I lived in my residence, 26 Sandra Drive, after I moved there with my girlfriend Laura in 2012, and we lived in Webster for 8 years without a lease. The 5 years I lived in Albany, New York, I didn't have a lease. The 5 years I lived in Washington, D.C., I didn't have a lease. And what I now know is tenants without a lease have nearly the same protections as tenants with a lease. Right here. It's so obvious. I've been reading this over and over and over. It has a COVID marking on it. It is an old document. The first bullet point here, freaks and sociopaths, the sheriff's district attorney's office, public defender's office. It is illegal for your landlord to change your lock, shut off utilities, physically remove your belongings without a court order for eviction. I'm going to say this again, even when you don't have a lease. Antonio Sparo committed this crime, this 80-year-old man, and Todd Baxter ignores the law and blows off the law. Sandra Doorley ignores the law and blows off the law. If this old man, by some miracles, arrested, what Sandra Doorley's going to do is just present him in front of a judge and dismiss the charges. So, quote, it is illegal for your landlord to change your locks, shut off utilities. Antonio Sparo committed that crime. He changed the locks. Physically remove your belongings without a court order. My ex-girlfriend, Laura Riley, committed that crime with the assistance of Antonio Sparo. So, here, Laura Riley committing this crime. Laura Riley, Webster, New York, transported per court. July 22nd, I sent it to you. Todd Baxter blows off the law. The law is a joke to this bald-headed freak, just like Todd Baxter loves perjurers. Michael Wynn lied under oath. Your grand jury, directed the grand jury, Michelle Crowley, when I don't know the grand jury's convened, number one. And number two, if I don't know the grand jury's convened, I can't testify before your grand jury because you want me to be your ham sandwich, you revolting freak, Michelle Crowley. So I'm going to read this foil, the foil I'm going to read after I read this about Michael Wynn hiding on private property. $73,000 Michael Wynn, $85,000 down Benedetto, hit on the private property of my 80-year-old neighbor across my residence. Perry Duncan, Mark Monahan, Elizabeth Buck, Michelle Crowley, Judy Sianka, Mark Phillips. You're all attorneys, you all have that JD. Can the cops in the state of New York, all the United States of America, walk onto private property and lie in wait and hide? What's the answer? Can they do that or not? This is why you need to open your mail. $140,000 public defender, Judy Sianka, $87,000 assistant public defender, Mark Phillips. You can tell me the answer. Text, criminal claim for perjury, 73312 Michael Wynn, Mount Vernon Sheriff's Office. Quote, at 73312 Michael C. Wynn, Mount Vernon Sheriff's Office, walked onto private property, posted residence 2600 from John Penfield, New York, Christopher Chichester, at Houlihan ran in Chichester approximately 1 a.m. with $85,000 down Benedetto Sheriff's Office. At Chichester ran away from Houlihan and Benedetto, unaware of the identities. At Chichester grabbed the hammer alongside the residence next to his bike used to fix the bike's tire. As Chichester placed his foot on the first 3 steps on the back porch, Houlihan grabbed his arm. The hammer in Chichester's hands forced upwards. Chichester ran across the back porch through a sliding glass door. And as Chichester never stopped running, it is impossible to swing the hammer at 733 to Michael Wynn. I would have said this is the grand jury directed the grand jury, Michelle Crowley. Did you direct the grand jury, Michelle Crowley, see the body camera footage of Michael Wynn? It's so obvious on the body camera footage I ran away the whole time. Did you or not? What's the answer, Michelle Crowley? Does it matter? Michelle Crowley, I'm going to write this down because I already have contacted you repeatedly. If you did not see the body camera footage and you're convening this grand jury that indicts me when I don't know what's convened and I can't testify, I'm not surprised at all. Because you're just another corrupt freak at the district attorney's office who works for the corrupt freak above all others that is $210,000 Sandra Doorley. I cannot swing a hammer at this lying freak cop perjurer when I ran away the whole time. He's involved in the death of a human being, had to be investigated by the State Attorney General's office, Michael Houlihan. And while he's under investigation or post-investigation, Todd Baxter doesn't take his weapon from him, doesn't put him on restrictive duty, and this freak cop perjurer, Michael Houlihan, walks onto private property because he's in desperation to concoct this nothingness for me. So, about the grand jury, when I say I have a case that I can spar you with, Chuck Rowley, October 4, 2023. This arrived at the District Attorney's office repeatedly, before and since. Information about the grand jury convened by District Attorney Sandra, Doorley, 2 Todd, Christopher charges, that is 1. Day, month, and year the grand jury is convened. 2, the assigned District Attorney's office employee to address the grand jury. 3, the witnesses that testified to the grand jury. 4, the vote of the grand jurors. 5, a transcript of the grand jury proceeding. What's not to understand, Director of the grand jury, Michelle Crowley? Your grand jury, if there are 24 grand jurors, am I indicted as your ham sandwich 13 to 11? Is there a transcript? What are the answers to all these questions? What exactly did Houlihan say in this grand jury? Because if it's a transcript, I can see. I can see what the lie is. You understand me, Michelle Crowley? Why it's in your best interest? To communicate with me, contact Todd Baxter, over and over. I think there was a stack of 50 envelopes just for him. Registered mail return receipt. That's the return receipt right there. Sandra Doorley right here. This return receipt here. This is March 20th. Well, I'm using the Freedom of Information Law on Sandra Doorley here. Tell her to disclose the names of my prosecutors. March 20th. This is why she's corrupt. 4 years I've been using this. Alex Renzi on March 20th. When the Exalted One looks at this, I wouldn't be surprised if the arrest warrant's already out there. He's going to think, I want to send this Christopher charge justice to jail, because Alex Renzi knows you don't have to talk to the district attorney's office. Alex Renzi knows you could just send me a document and force me into him. He could just declare me guilty of whatever you want to declare me guilty of. Or he's just following me in Monroe County, but you don't have to talk to the district attorney's office. That's why. There's no due process for me whatsoever. On March 20th, I'm telling the district attorney of Monroe County, where Steve S. is her employee, to tell me the names of my prosecutors, to send the documentation to 130 North Winton Road, Box 10651, Rochester, New York. She's refusing because she's corrupt, because she's a freak. Alex Renzi on March 18th, when the Exalted One looks at this, his exact thought, this freak, this $210,000, 70-year-old fossil, I want to send this Christopher charges to jail. Training Ross, the United States Attorneys, is undated, but I believe that's the same March 20th that I sent the information to Sandra Doorley. These criminal complaints about Richard Seaman, Nayraj Shah, Layla Kumar Shah, and Talent Spawn, Laura Riley, are in the Office of the United States Attorney for West District, New York. This criminal complaint here about the psychopath perjurer Michael Houlihan are in the Office of the United States Attorney for the Western District of New York. Just like this documentation is in her office too. Lisa Gray, the counsel. This is why this nauseating, disgusting, sickening, vile little shack, the district attorney's office, is infested with psychopaths and freaks. Also, taxpayer-financed psychopaths invaded my ordinary life to prosecute me in total silence. I've been deposited in Monroe County Jail, Rochester, New York, Lincoln County Jail, and Geneseo, New York 6 times by 3 corrupt judges ignorant of every concocted criminal charge. It's a fanatical demonstration of antisocial personality disorder that forces me to use the Freedom of Information Law, for which your office achieves noncompliance. District Attorney Sandra Doorley is insanely divorced from the law. Attached to PDF are 3 Freedom of Information Law documents dated January 9, 2024. The language. 1, quote, the documentation for the case for Christopher Charles, Jessica John P. Lamento Jr., Pentown Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? Sandra Doorley. 2, quote, documentation for the case for Christopher Charles, Jessica Paul Siemens from Pentown Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. 3, quote, documentation for the case for Christopher Charles, Jessica Alex Renzi, New York State Supreme Court. What is the name of the prosecutor? District Attorney Sandra Doorley. Mail the names of the prosecutor assigned to my court appearance through the 3 corrupt judges to the address on the foil, and my address is below my name. I'm confident you refuse. I'll send this mail.com email to you via registered mail return receipt. She got this registered mail return receipt, District Attorney. District Attorney looks right at this. Up here, it's Jamie Belliard, Pretrial Service Corporation. Why you freaks sociopaths, District Attorney's Office. Pretrial Service Corporation. I don't have a trial schedule. Yet I have to go see employee of Pretrial Service Corporation as Jamie Belliard under the threat of being returned to jail. Pretrial Service Corporation. I don't have a trial schedule. Corporation. Is this not a government bureaucracy funded by taxpayers? And if I don't contact this government this institution that's not a government bureaucracy funded by taxpayers, I could be returned to jail. Jimmy Bellion, you can answer me. I am not contacted. Sure, I just read this October 4th foil, where it's about the grand jury of Michael Lanza Perjury. And then I'm telling you on this January 7th, 2024, disclosure 4113 416, Chief of Grand Jury Michelle Crowley on January 7th, 2024. See that? That's 2,000 words about Michael Lanza and Benedetto on private property. Well, right here, you have violated my civil and constitutional rights by personally selecting 18 to 24 anonymous cities you know you can manipulate into an indictment. This leveling of my character by a grand jury requires targets. I'm confident you will refuse to provide answers despite the fact the Music Freedom of Information Law discloses information to me because the district attorney of Monroe County that calls herself Sandra Doorley is a corrupt freak. September 23rd, 2023. Where you're all up here, you can't see, here's a little cut off dark up here. But this arrived at the district attorney's office when I printed it out. Apply with the attached Freedom of Information Law document dated September 23rd, 2023. Mail the names of my prosecuting sons, the address on the foil. The Appellate Division of State Supreme Court determines discipline for attorneys to include admonishment, reprimand, censure, suspension of loss of his or her license to practice law. The freaks and sociopaths, the district attorney's office responsible for prosecuting total silence must be subject to such discipline. This includes you, District Attorney Sandra Doorley. I will contact the Grievance Committee about Attorney Sandra Doorley of Webster, New York, and why she's an unethical train wreck and why she needs to be disciplined by this grievance committee. It doesn't matter that she's the elected district attorney. She's an attorney subject to discipline, just like any attorney in the state of New York. And this revolting freak Sandra Doorley, attorney of Webster, New York, that is the district attorney of Monroe County, is refusing to comply with the law and disclose the names of my prosecutors of silence that have violated my civil and constitutional rights. My name is Christopher